Hello and welcome to another Goliath guitar tutorial. My name is Gareth Evans and today we're looking at the song called Love Me Like You Do by Ellie Goulding. This is a fingerstyle acoustic solo version of the song that I've arranged myself. First things first, you need a capo on the first fret of your guitar, and all the positions that I tell you to make with your left hand or your fretting hand from now on will be in relation to the capo. So this is now the first fret, this is now the third, fifth, and so on. Okay, so to begin, we're going to start with bars 1 to 5 in the intro. Okay, that's bars 1 through 5. Okay, to start, you play the open second string, hammer up to that third fret on that second string. Okay, so you just play it once and hammer in, and that's the whole of bar 1. And that's bar 2, that's the continuation. Okay, so bar 2 now starts with a finger roll in this position, 3rd fret on the 6th string, open 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string on the 3rd fret, where we've just hammered into. Okay, so that's the finger roll. 6, 4, 3, 2. It's like an arpeggio. What is an arpeggio? Really quickly play them notes in really quick succession. Okay. Next, we've got a pinch on 2 and 6 together, but you're making that hammer up from open to 3rd fret again on that 2nd string. Okay, play it open, hammer on, and then play 2nd string on its own straight after. Okay, so we've got, and to finish off bar 2, another hammer up again from open to 3rd fret position. So all in all, bar 2 should play like this. Okay, and if you add that to the very beginning, which is bar 1, the hammer up at the start, it should sound like this. Okay, moving on to bar 3 now. Okay. That's how you play bar 3. Now this next position here, 2nd fret on the 5th, open 4th, open 3rd, 3rd fret on the 2nd. Okay, another finger roll on this one. I like to play my little finger on that 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Gives you a little bit more room to move around these next shapes. So therefore, the very last hammer on the end of bar 2 should be with your little finger. You've been using your ring finger up to that point, but I just thought I'd mention that this is what I do. That's how I do it. Okay, little finger for that last hammer up on bar 2. Anyway, bar 3, that finger roll, so 5, 4, 3, 2, in this shape. 2 strikes then on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Okay, then you play the open 2nd with the 5th string again as a pinch. Finish off 2nd fret on the 3rd string. Okay, so that whole sequence plays like this. Okay. And to finish off bar 3, another hammer up from open to 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Okay. So all in all, bar 3. Okay, and if you go back to bar 1, 2, and 3 together, we should have this. Okay, next we're on to bar 4 and 5, and this is how they go. Okay, so starting off bar 4. So again, a finger roll to start with, but this new position now, it's like an E minor kind of position. You've got open 6, 2nd fret on 4, open 3, and 3rd fret again on 2. Okay. So after that finger roll, open 6, open 2 as a pinch, hammering back up to that 3rd fret on the 2nd string, followed by the 2nd string straight after. Okay, and again, the end of this bar is exactly the same as the previous. Just the open 2nd string, hammer up to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string on its own, okay? So the whole of bar 4. Okay. Bar 5. It's finger roll again in the C minor position. Okay. 2 strikes on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Okay. And then a pinch then on open 2 and open 6 together. Then up to the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Sorry, the 3rd string again. Just like we did in bar 3. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna note now, because I didn't mention it earlier, is that when you come from them 2 notes on the 1st fret to open on the 2nd string, I sometimes, or most of the time, play the pull off so that I don't have to play the open string. I don't have to play that pinch. Because I'm pulling off that 1st fret to open. So that's how it sounds. Okay, that happens in bar 3 and bar 5 as well. And from now on, if I forget to mention it again. Okay, like that. Okay, finishing off on that 2nd fret of the 3rd string, like I said. Next, you play the 3rd string open, and then play the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, sliding up to the 4th fret, like that. Okay. So we've got bar 5. Okay, so bar 4 and 5 together should play like this. Okay, so let's back up now and play bar 1 through 5 all together, and it should play like this. Okay, now moving on to bar 6. Okay, that's it, pretty easy. 2 strokes on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. You play the open first, hammer up to that 2nd fret on the 1st. If I can do it. Okay, so that's bar 6. Next. This is bar 7. Okay, so you come here to like D positions to start with, but you've got that extra note in there. So it's open 4, 2nd fret on 3, 3rd fret on 2, and starting off here on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. It's like a regular D, but instead you've got this 1st fret on the 1st string, 3rd fret on 1st string. Okay, so you got another finger roll here on them 4 notes I've just mentioned. Okay. Next, you play the 2nd fret on the 1st and pull off to open. Next, pinch on 2 and 4 in the positions that they were, and then play 2 again on its own. Okay, so all in all, bar 7 so far plays like this. Okay, and then open second, and then play the 3rd fret sliding up to 5th on the 2nd. Like that. Okay, so bar 7 all in all plays like this. Okay, so if we back up to bar 6 and 7 together, we should have this. Okay, bar 8 now. Okay, bar 8 and 9 that was, because they're both pretty simple. Open 6, 2nd fret on the 4th string, 4th fret on the 3rd string. Okay, and then that 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then play the 3rd fret again on the 2nd string, and slide up to the 5th string. I use my little finger for this move. Okay? That's bar 8, and again, bar 9. You play the 6th string, you play the 3 and 4 together again, and this time you play a slap into the strings, which just bring your thumb into the 5th and 6th string to give that percussive slap sound just on its own. And to finish off bar 9, you play the open 12, hammer on to the 3rd fret again. Okay? Okay, so bar 8 and 9 together play like this. Okay, so backing up to bar 6, 7, 8 and 9, all together should play like this. Okay, and if we back up to the very beginning now and play everything that we've learned so far, we should play this. Verse 2, bars 10 through 17, go like this. Okay, replica of the first verse, and then we've got this slapping and this added rhythmic element. The slapping, by the way, if you haven't done this before, check out the thumb slapping or percussive slapping technique video that I've done. It's on this website. It's in the lesson list under technique or percussion or something or somewhere. Check that series out. There's like 4 or 5 lessons on that, how to perform this slapping and flicking. Okay, if I haven't done that before, go check that out if you're struggling with this slapping technique. Okay, so let's look at bar 10 to begin. Okay, that's pretty simple because all the slaps come in between the notes. So if the first finger roll, like the same, basically it's the repeat of the first verse, okay? And then you've got this slap in between the notes. So it's finger roll, slap on its own, and then that sequence there, and then slap again, and then finish off the bar there. So it's okay. Next bar. Okay, this is a little bit different. This is bar 11 now. That first slap here comes when on the second note of that first fret on the second string. Okay, so therefore you've got to slap into the strings as well as just flick that second string and do that pull off. Okay, Okay, the way to do it is, how I always say is, when you're fretting this with your left hand, it's all in the left hand, you mute the first string with the fleshy part of your finger, mute the third string, if you can, with the fleshy part of your finger. So you can slap and flick three strings and only get one note. Okay, so there's a lot to do with this technique with the left hand when you're slapping and flicking individual strings, okay? So bear that in mind. So after that, slap on its own up there to finish bar 11. So all in all, bars 10 and 11. Again, bar 12. All the slaps in between the notes, and then again, bar 13 is the same as 11, whereas you've got a slap and a flick. Just on that pull off again. And again, the slap and flick the open third string before you play on the second slide up. So it's okay, onto bar 14, that's easy enough. Okay, 15. Okay, the slap there is when you pull off to the open first string. Okay, that's the first. And then the open second string on its own, just before the slide. Okay, that's bar 15 to it. Okay. So bar 16, slap on its own, the first one. Okay, the slap there on the third fret of the second string, just before you play it again. Just before you play again and slide up, okay? So bar 16. Okay, one thing to notice here though, that's different in bar 16 as to opposed to 8, bar 8 it was, we played this bit last time, is that when we're playing these two notes here, we're playing it with the open 6 again. So after the first slap, it's to start off 16, open on its own, slap, and then now you're pinching 6, 4 and 3 together. Okay, so it's, and then the slap, okay, so sorry, 17, again, repeat. But this time, you don't do the slide up, you just slap on its own for the second time during bar 17, and then into the chorus. Okay, so whole of verse 2 should sound like this. I'll play it slow. Okay, if we move on now, bar 18 through 25, and this is chorus 1. Okay, really pretty easy, I'd say. It's okay, we start off from the start. Bar 18, you make the shape 3rd fret on the 1st, 3rd fret on the 2nd, 3rd fret on the 6th. Okay, we're doing a finger roll, 6, 3, 2, 1 to start. Okay, as you do that, you bring in this index finger into the 2nd, hammering on to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Okay. After you do that, you've got a single note stand just on the 3rd string. So you've got, so you're playing the 3rd string twice on the 2nd fret, and then twice open. Okay, so we've got, sense. Next, you play the third string again twice, both with the hammer up onto that second fret. Okay, like that. So that's the whole of bar 18, and it should sound like this. Okay. All you do now is you're using that same principle of finger roll and then that sequence. You move to this shape. So this time, instead of your root note or your bass note being the 3rd fret on the 6th string, you've got the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So it's again finger roll to start with that hammer up, 2 strokes on the third string, and then 2 strokes open. You don't do that double hammer on at the end of this bar like you did in the end of the previous bar, but everything else is the same. Okay, so you just finish it like that. So these previous 2 bars. Okay, next you use the open 6th string as your bass note, everything else is the same. But this time add in the hammer-ons at the end, okay? And then, so that's bar 20, bar 21 is the 3rd fret on the 5th string as your root note, but everything else is the same again, but you've got no hammer-ons. So the bar 18 has got the hammer-ons at the end, 19 hasn't, 20 has, and 21 hasn't. So the G, got the hammer-ons, the B hasn't, the open E minor has got the hammer-ons, and then the C hasn't. Okay, if that makes sense here. So that's 18 through 21. Next, bar 22, you just play the open 5th as your root note this time, which is the A chord. A note even. And next to the bar 23, which is the E minor again. Okay, slightly different this time. The very last note here is the 2nd fret on the 4th string, and that finishes bar 23. So bar 22 and 23 together sound like this. Okay, so next 24 and 25 play this. And back into verse 3. Okay, so that's 2 strokes on the 5th fret of the 5th string on bar, beginning of bar 24. Okay. That sequence then, open 3rd, hammer up to the 2nd fret on the 3rd, and then slide up to 4 straight away. And then open 2nd straight after. Okay, so that completes bar 24. So all in all, bar 24. Okay, and then bar 25. Open 4, 2 strokes on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then open 4 again. So, sorry. So the whole sequence, I'll just play this through. Okay, that sequence there is the end of bar 24, beginning of bar 25. Okay, to finish bar 25, slap on its own, and then open 2nd, hammering up to the 3rd fret on the 2nd, okay? And then back into the next verse. So bars 24 and 25 together play this. Okay, so let's play bar 22, 23, 24 and 25 together. Should be like this. into the next verse. If we back up to play the whole of the chorus together, it should play like this. I know I went through it pretty fast, but it's a lot. It is repeated a lot, so let's try this. Bar 18 to 25. We're on now to verse number 3, and it's bar number 26 onwards if you're looking at the tabs. And so this okay, that's bar 26, 7, 8 and 9, and all it is a replica of verse number 2 where we had the slapping, but this time every time we've got a bass note with our thumb, we also thump into the body of the guitar. Now I mentioned earlier that I did have a percussive guitar lesson to do with the thumb slapping. I've also got a percussive lesson to do with the wrist thumping too. So going through this this next part, if you do struggle with it, you can always jump into the lesson how to perform the wrist thumping before you come back here and decide you want to tackle it here during this this lesson. So let's look at this then. So I won't go through this in too much detail, because if the fact that you know that every time you use your thumb to pluck a string, you need to thump into your wrist, I don't really need to go through it, I don't think. So it's okay, you do get used to the action of playing with your thumb and thumping at the same time. There's 2 thumps per bar during 26, 7, 8, 29, 30, 31, 32 and 33. So all the way through, like I said, it's just a replica of verse 2 but with this thumping technique too. So I'm going to move on now to the bridge section, and so this is bar 34, and just at the end of 33 there's that note there. So that's 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay, so that's the next 4 bars. Okay, so what we've done here, so we're not playing the thumping anymore, but we are playing the slapping, this little intricate part up here. So that first note here, this is the last note on the 33rd bar. So it's the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Okay? And then bar 34 plays. Okay? Okay, that sequence there, so it's 10th fret on the 1st string, open 3rd, and then the 10th fret on the 2nd string. After that 10th fret on the 2nd string, you slap into the strings. Okay, I keep this slap a bit more compact than I usually do, because the thumb's playing 3 and then slapping and then playing 3 again straight after. So if you're doing a bit huge slap over here, your thumb's going to be in the wrong position. You need your thumb kind of up here slapping into the 4th string, if you can get that. Okay, so that's where I bring my thumb in, around about here, if you can see that. Next, a pinch on the 7th fret of the 1st string and open 3rd. Back to the 8th fret of the 2nd, and up to the 10th fret on the 2nd with a slap at the same time. Like I said, muting, like I said earlier, muting the other strings that you're not playing. Okay, so that's the whole of 34 plus the note of 4 on 33. Next, thumb over the top of the 7th fret of the 6th string, or you could bar it like this if you wanted to. Okay? By using my thumb. So thumb on the 7th fret of the 6th, slap, and then a pinch with 7th fret of 6 and 1. Okay, and then slap again. So it's okay, slap again on its own. That sequence again is exactly the same as we did earlier. This time we're using the open 6 as the bass note rather than the open 3rd, which we did the first time round. So this is bar 36. Okay. And bar 37. So it's open 6, slap, 8th fret on the 2nd string, slid down to the 5th with the open 6th as a pinch. Like that. Okay, so 37 in all, plays like this. Like that. Okay, so to finish off 37, it's the next note here is the 8th fret on the 2nd string, but it continues into the next sequence. So I'm not going to go into great detail about that just yet. So I'm just going to back up, play the beginning of the bridge, what we've got so far, and then I can move on. So the bridge, which is bar 34 through 37, should sound like this. Okay. This obviously includes the one note at the very end of 33, just to bring us in. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now 38, 39, 40, 41, play like this. Okay, that's how you complete the bridge. So what we do here is we're dropping the slap, so there's no more slapping from this point for the next 3 bars. So it's just single notes for the most part, other than the pinch at the start of the bars. So you start off at the end of 37 with that note on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. That first pinch on the start of 38, 10th fret on the 1st string, 8th fret on the 6th. I play it like this, my thumb over the top. You can use another finger if you want. Okay, again that sequence. Sequence of 10th fret on the 2nd, 7th fret on the 1st, 8th fret on the 2nd, 10th fret on the 2nd. Okay, so it's that sequence there. So that's the whole of 38. Next, 39. So it's up to the 9th fret here of the 3rd string with the open 4. Okay. 8th fret of the 2nd, 7th fret of the 3rd, and then back up to the 9th fret of the 3rd. And to finish off, you play the 9th fret on the 4th, 9th fret on the 4th, slide down to the 7, and slide straight back up to 9 to finish the bar. Okay? And so a whole of 39, bar 39 plays. Okay, and so bars 38 and 39 together. Okay, so moving on, bar 40 and 41. Okay, it's a build up to the second chorus, which is the big chorus. So bar 40 starts 2 single strokes on the open 6, and then you've got okay, so the end of bar 40 into bar 41. Okay, there's that. So you've got a slide from 8 to 10 on the second string, 7th fret on the first, a slide then from 10 to 12 on the second. As you hit the 12th fret, as you reach the 12th fret, you play the open 4. Okay? Okay, and the open 4 denotes the beginning of bar 41. 2 single notes on the 10th fret of the second string then. And then after that, open, or just the open 4th on its own. Okay, so that's how it should sound. And then now you add the 11th fret on the 3rd string to the 10th fret on the 2nd string, which we had. We play a slap with a flick on them 2 strings twice, and then a slap on its own. Like that. Okay, you don't have to be too precise with slaps or flicks, just do what feels naturally. I've only written it down in tabs like this because I play it sometimes a little bit differently. And this kind of fill comes in the later part of the song, which I'll refer to later too, so look out for that. Okay. So it should sound like. So all in all, bar 40 and 41 with the 2 open strings to begin with. Okay, so moving back to 38. And then into the next chorus. So the whole of the bridge should sound like this. Into the chorus now, chorus 2. Same as, well, it's not the same as chorus 1, I'll be honest. Okay, there's percussion in this one with thumps and slaps, and also you're playing the melody on the first string there. Okay, so bar 42 we're looking at first. Back to this G shape, which we played in the beginning of the first chorus. But this time, you're going to need your index finger on that 3rd fret of the 6th. You're going to need the middle 2 fingers on the 3rd fret of the 1st and 2nd, like that. Because you're using the little finger to hammer up to that 5th fret on the 1st string, okay? So that's the position you need to be. And all these bass notes basically you leave them 2 fingers there and you do the same with the little finger the whole time, but these bass notes are moved around with this index finger wherever you need them. It's the same chord structure, so you play the G, you play the B, and then the E, and then the C, and then the A, and the E, and then D. Okay, so the structure is the same, but what you play is specifically is different. Okay, so the technique here so the first what I'm doing is I'm playing with a thumb and thumping in, okay, into the body of the guitar. And then what I'm doing is I'm flicking upwards with my index finger. Okay, like that. And as I'm doing that, I'm hammering up with my left hand. Like that, okay? So that whole one movement is done like that. And then you strum upwards just on its own afterwards, so it's... And then slap in and strum down. Okay, try and keep these strums to the top 3 strings if you can. If you do catch the open 4th, it's no big deal, because that's part of the chord. You do need to mute that 5th string. If you catch that, it's the wrong note, whether you fret it or don't. This finger, okay? So that's the first 3. Okay, after the slap and strum down, it's another thumping and pluck up. Okay, and then strum up afterwards, like that. So it's... Okay, and after that, slap in and strum down, hammering up to the 5th fret, okay? And then strum upwards and hammer up again. Okay, so that's the end of bar 42. So all in all, bar 42 should play this. Okay, it does sound a bit messy there, but that's how it's done. Moving on to 41. Slightly easier because it's like almost half the size, but we're going to the 2nd fret of the 5th string for that bass note, the B note. Basically you play the first half with the right hand as what we did in the previous bar. Okay, so you don't have that bit at the end. The only thing at the end is just a slap on its own. The first 2 bars, 42 and 43, play. Okay, using these techniques that I've just run through there for those 2 bars, you rotate through these chords. So it's the open 6th string next for bar 44, and then to the 3rd fret on the 5th string for bar 45. Okay, and that bar is without the 2 hammer-ons at the end. Okay, so again. That's 44 and 45, and if I move back to the very beginning of this chorus, should play like this. Okay, bars 46 and 47, again the same principle. I bring my finger to the 2nd fret on the 4th string, but play the 5th string with my thumb. The only reason that finger's there is in case I'm strumming and I hit it by mistake. It sounds better than... Okay, because the chord is A, and that is the 5th of A, I do believe. Whatever, it's in the A chord anyway. It's the E note. Okay, so, and then the open 6th again. Okay, to finish off, but this time, instead of a slap on its own, you just play the open 1st string with a slap, like that. Okay, so bar 46 and 47 play. Okay, onto bars 48 and 49 now we play. Sorry, we don't play that, we play this. Okay, we start off in this position, like a D position, open 4, 2nd fret on the 3rd, 3rd fret on the 2nd. you play 4, 3 and 2 together with the thumb, slap on its own, and then thump again with the same notes. Okay? It's the start of bar 48. To continue bar 48, you play that sequence again, but this time it's the same notes as earlier, but this time you're playing a slap down to start it. Slap down and flick on that second string. Okay, and then as you continue, so that's the almost the end of bar 48. As you continue, the 10th fret on the second. As you hit that open 4th string this time, as you get to the top of this slide, you've got a thump in with the thump into above the guitar as your thumb plays that open 4th. Okay? Okay, and after that slide up and thump, you play 2 strokes again on the 10th fret of the second string like we did last time, and then slap into the strings on its own. So it's okay. So all in all, so far of this, sorry, not all in all, but on this little lick. After that, open 4 with your thumb, and then that 3 slap sequence like we did earlier, 2 of which I've got a strum and the last one hasn't, and that finishes off that bar 49. Okay, so the whole sequence. Okay, it's basically exactly the same as we did earlier, but with thumping and slapping. If you do struggle with the thumping and slapping, leave it out. So bars 48 and 49 all together play. Okay, and the whole of the chorus so far goes. And then back in bar 50, repeat at 42, and carry on. And actually you go through them all up until the point where you play. And then the second time, instead of going to, this time you play okay, so this is bars 56 and 57 if you're looking at the tabs. Okay, so again, just start off the same. Then 2 thumps with them plucks. Pluck and thump, slap, and then pluck and thump, slap on that D shape. But with that second slap, you slap down on the 2nd fret of the 3rd, slide up to the 4th fret, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, open first. Okay, that's the next sequence. Open 4 with a thumb. You play the 2nd fret on the 3rd and hammer up to the 4th. Okay, and then play the 2nd fret on the 3rd straight after. Okay, so it's like that. And so obviously this is bar 57 now. After the 2nd fret there on the 3rd string to finish, you slap on its own and then play the open 4th on its own without a thump. So the thump's finished there, and that's just about when we come to the harmonics part. Okay, so to finish off bar 57. Okay, Okay, so this sequence 56 and 57 together, play this. Okay, like that. We're just getting started on this harmonics part. Okay, this is what's named the break in the tabs, bars 58 through 61 to begin. What we're doing here, we're bringing the right hand over the top, we're doing some tapping. Okay, and harmonics, pinch harmonics with the left hand. Okay, this technique, what you do, if you didn't know how to do pinch harmonics, you're lightly touching the string, okay, with your index finger, the fleshy part of which, okay. This happens on the 5th fret from the capo, 7th fret, and the 12th fret. Okay, so you lightly touch the string. Sorry, I was telling you how to do it. And with your thumb underneath here, you pluck the same string, and as soon as you do it, you lift your finger away. You lift your finger away a fraction of a second after you pluck. You don't pluck and do this at the same time. Your finger needs to remain on the string for a fraction of a second before you pull it away. And the finger has to be touching directly above the frets, okay? Directly above the metal. Okay, it's no good being over here or over here. You'll see that the closer you get to the metal, the more resounding a sound it gets. Okay, actually the further your thumb is away from your finger touching the string, again, the louder it gets. I find it difficult to move my thumb so far away, so I just make do with the thumb being quite close, really. Okay, so that's how the technique's performed. Okay, so we're looking at bar 58 now. What we're doing is we're right hand tapping onto the 3rd fret with our index finger here to provide the bass note. And at the same time we're playing harmonic on the 5th fret of the 4th string, okay? And then we alternate in that with the 5th fret on the 3rd, okay? So it's... Okay, so the whole of the harmonics part plays. So you just alternate in each time to get that rhythm. Okay, so it's... Same again with the right hand, but this time the left hand comes up to fret number 7 here. Okay, so bars 58 and 59 play like this. You don't really have to bang too hard with your right hand, just fret it. Gives you a nice tone. You don't want to really overpower the sound of the harmonics either by pressing too hard. Onto bar 60, what you do here for your bass note, you use this index finger to pluck the open 6th, okay? And you continue with the same again with your right hand. Okay? And you do that twice for bars 60 and 61. So bars 58 through 61, we've got play like this. So that's those 4 bars. Moving on to bar 62 now. Got a little bit more intricate with the same bass notes all the way through. Okay, to begin, as those 4 notes there for the beginning of each of the bars. But the harmonics this time, you play 7th on the 3rd and then 4th. Okay, and then 12th on the 2 and then 3. Okay, and to finish off, you've got the 7th again, back on the 4th. So it's... And then move your bass note up. Sorry, got that. Okay, so that's bar 62, and that first note of 63 is here, and then afterwards just a single second string 12th fret harmonic to finish, and that's bar 62 and 63 together. Okay. If you are struggling with these pinch harmonics, don't worry, you do have to practice and replay the video where I described how to do it, and pay specific attention to the instructions, because all the information is there. You do have to be really specific about the things that I've told you how to do it, and practice, just practice, the best thing to do. So once you've got that, okay, moving on, bar 64 and 65, again, it's the same sequence with the right hand, but this time you've got the open sixth for the bass note, so again, just pluck it. You're not trying to fret anything with this finger, all you're doing is plucking the open string with the left hand, okay? But again, that sequence again, and then onto 65, open 6, and this time you play these two here. So this is a pinch harmonic that I do here with my middle finger to pinch. Sorry, no, it's the middle finger. Middle finger pinches on the 12th fret of the 3rd string, and then the thumb pinches the 5th string, doesn't pinch it, it plays the 5th string here, but my finger over the top is touching the 7th fret, creating the harmonic. Okay, so it's a pinch harmonic, and then a regular harmonic. Them two notes there. 12th fret on the 3rd, 7th fret on the 5th. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. So all in all, we've got that's bar 64 and 65. Okay, so once you've got that, 62 through 64, through 65, sorry, should play like this. Onto bar 66. Okay, same principle again, same notes with the right hand here to begin, but your bass note now is on the 8th fret, the 6th string. Okay, and next, this part is tricky. Up to the 10th fret as your bass note, but as you hit that, you need to make a harmonic on the 7th fret of the 5th string, so these fingers kind of get muddled up sometimes. Okay, so that's the first notes of bar 67. Them two next, 12th of the 3rd and then 12th of the 4th. And then back to the 7th fret harmonic on the 5th string. So it's okay. And then to finish off bar 67, we've got this. So that's 12th fret pinch harmonic using the middle finger again on the 2nd string, and then 7th fret harmonic using the thumb again, but on the 4th string, and then play the 2nd string again, like we just did. For that like triplet at the end of that bar. That's bar 67. Okay, so bar 67, which is the problem with one of the hardest bars in the whole song, plays. Okay, try again. Okay, and then let's play bar 66 and 67 together first. We should play. Okay, next onto 68. Open 6, no harmonics, no messing around, just open 6. Okay, and now you play that sequence there, but no bass notes, it's just single slide up from 8 to 10, 7th fret on the 1st, and then again, slide up from 10 to 12 on the 2nd string, and then 2 single notes on the 2nd of the 10th fret. No bass notes, like I said, no percussion or anything in that part. So it's bar 68 plays, and then single slap, and then into the chorus again. So that kind of completes this break section. So what I'm going to do is play it through for you, might as well. So let's try it. Okay, and into the next chorus. Okay, and chorus 3 is an exact replica of chorus 2 with the thumping. Thumping, slapping, and all the strumming and stuff. And then the only difference is at the very end, instead of playing that line there, you just play another. You just play another one of these, but it's just like a stripped down version of it. So you start off. This is bar 84 and 85 now. You start off with that slap, but then as soon as you play that first slap, that's when all the percussion goes. Okay, and after you've done that, you finish off bar 85 with a 3-2-3, and that's the end of bar 85. So bar 84. Okay, strip it right back, and then into the outro, as I play the outro. I've just kind of ad-libbed this part. It's not actually in the proper song or anything like this. It's just kind of like strings or something fading out. But I just do a finger roll on the G, and then a 2-3-2-3. Again on the B shape. I tend to play it because I'm doing this. I reach my thumb right over and fret the 2nd fret on the 5th string. Okay, the reason I do that is because I saw Damien Rice do it and I was pretty impressed. The fact that he could get his thumb over to the 5th string, 2nd fret. You don't have to do that. You can just play like this. Because I was playing around with this position, that's why I put it in, this is why I've done it. But then again, last shape, bar 88 and 89, you open 6th this time. And I just kind of fade that out. Just leave it on an open 6th string, if that's how you want to do it. And that is the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching this far. Not a lot of people make it to the end, so what I should do is I should give badges out to people who reach the end of my lessons, and so I know not a lot of people do get here, but thank you for making it, and thank you for paying attention to my voice and all the instructions that I gave. And thank you also for clicking thumbs up on the main video 1, which went to YouTube, because you've no idea how much that helps me. It keeps my videos popular, because the views to likes ratio decides where it is in the search rankings on YouTube. Therefore, if you watch it and don't click like, it means that my video is less likely to be featured on the results page on YouTube. So the fact that you do click like is really appreciated. So I thought I'd emphasize that, how much you help me out in return for this free lesson. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.